Yo, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see the title, so let's get straight to it. Aaron the Plumber is about to ruin his career, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even mad at him. If you're not familiar, Aaron the Plumber is the guy who likes to catch fades from the Pop the Balloon show. He's the one who pretty much every woman denied, and he just kept saying, well, you're not qualified to date me anyway. He's leveraged his popularity from that show to get on other shows, and he's made a name for himself just running fades with whoever wants it. Win, lose, or draw, even fans in the street. He just does it for the love of the game. But now he's starting to create enemies, and I think his run is about to be over because these aren't just any enemies. These are kind of the worst to get into it with. Although in a lot of cases I do agree with Aaron, I do feel like sometimes it's better to be diplomatic than it is to be right. So let's start with Adam22, one of the biggest hip hop platforms or just podcasting platforms on the West Coast. About 2 weeks to a month ago, Adam was on the No Jumper show, and he was basically saying that he was trying to dip his toes in the boxing scene. And so the two people that he wanted to see fight was his man's Faux Extra, and he wanted to see Aaron the Plumber.
They kind of want you to fight Aaron the Plumber, which would be an epic.
Wait, who?
You don't know him?
Oh,
Aaron
man. Who is he?
Aaron
That's
the Plumber is a
fan.
dude from Stockton. He says that he doesn't gangbang, so I guess he doesn't have a formal set. He kind of is from the pimping world. At one point, he got 30 years. He ended up doing 5 years. He is, I'm not saying he's as big and tough as you, but he is a big, tough dude.
He got squabs.
He'd be on a lot of reality shows fighting people, and he's hella viral right now, and the people love him. So
Now, initially, I completely understood where Adam was coming from because he's been trying to get 4 Extras a fight, and if 4 Extra could stay out of jail, he can make that happen. He can put some money in his pocket. And I also understand where Adam's coming from, where he's like, hey, Aaron the Plumber, he's a big guy. 4 Extras is a big guy. They both come from similar places. One's from Northern California, one's from Southern California. Both of them seem like they don't care about fighting nobody any day, anytime. That's their whole persona. So I understand Adam trying to set that up. And it would be an official boxing match. So, of course, they were going to get paid. Like, that was the plan. Adam was trying to get, like, semi-celebrities to fight each other. So when Aaron flipped out on Adam, I was actually surprised. But when I heard what Aaron said, I completely understood. See, Adam's whole platform used to be about BMX, and then it went to highlighting underground hip-hop artists, and now it's just getting a bunch of gang members together to do stupid shit. Adam makes a living off of instigating beef between gang members and other people and getting in people's politics. So Aaron looked at it like, hey, I'm fine with you exploiting me. I'll fight anyone. But if you're going to exploit me, you need to exploit yourself.
So Adam22 trying to get me to fight 4 Extras. Yeah, I'm saying in a real way, I'm down to get jiggy. Oh, mamas, I'm with that. But hey, Bradesky, yeah, I'm saying enough is enough. Stop exploiting the black community, man. You know what I'm saying? Adam, you want me to squabble 4 Extras, Bradesky? You need to handle your wax with Rooster, man. You know what I'm saying? In a real way. Get on the same fight card, Bradesky. We ain't exploiting black people, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't using 4 Extras image, you know what I'm saying, to keep boosting up No Jumper, Bradesky. Handle your business with Rooster too, man. In a real.
You need to get in that ring and fight Ruga, the person who pressed you on camera because you're instigating, the person who said, hey, let's run that fade, and you turned it down and you started to act tough only when your security came to apprehend Ruga. If you're going to exploit us, exploit yourself too. I thought that was pretty fair. And as crazy and erratic as Aaron may seem, that's not a bad ask, because anytime Adam wants to stir up trouble, he makes it happen. So why is it now that you're under the gun? Why won't you do it? It's actually a fair point from Aaron.
Why do you think that? Why do I need to be on board with fighting? Like, I've never said I was a boxer. Why do I need to be a boxer all of a sudden?
When you got on that internet, you said Ruga acting like a them fighting words to me. We don't play about that shit. Now I could come in here and really get on bullshit. See what I'm saying?
Adam would respond to Aaron by saying, nah, he's more of the Don King persona. He would rather promote fights. He's not actually going to be a part of it. And Aaron said, hey, well, if that's the case, I'm not going to be a part of it either, because I'm not going to be your puppet just like everybody else who works for you. I can't lie. I respect it. Aaron's cooking. Now let's get to Aaron and Wack100. Aaron was doing a show with Ray J, which is Wack100's friend and his ex-artist. To my understanding, Aaron left his phone charger in one of those rooms. He wanted to go get it. The security guard was not letting him go get it. So he turned up on the security guard. He's arguing with him. He's like, win, lose, or draw. Let's run that. I need that. I'm getting my phone charger. Security guard, who's a really big dude, he seemed like he didn't want no problems with Aaron. And Aaron was like, yeah, that's what I thought. He turns around, walks away. Security spits on his neck. Then the screen gets blurry. To my understanding, the screen got blurry because when Aaron turned around to fight the guy, he pulled out a gun on him. Aaron, being a smart man, decided, hey, I'm going to leave with my life. I ain't fighting nobody with no gun. I don't care how mad I am. So Aaron will leave the scene with his life, and he will call Wack100 because not only is Ray J his man, the security guard is friends with Wack100 also. So Aaron was like, hey, Wack, I know I don't know you, but you know this guy. Can you put us in touch? Because I want to fight this guy because he spit on my neck, and the only reason why we didn't get to rumbling is because he had a gun on him.
On power rule, all we gotta do is say that, and we ain't got the mama's kids. We don't give a who it is, blood. Don't no out of town get at us talking about some violence. You should have knocked Blood out when he spit on you and died about it, homie. And any nigga don't tell you that's real. I don't have no gun. Spit no.
Wack didn't like Aaron's tone, and Wack said, I will unalive you and your whole family. I'm from LA. Do not come out here with that craziness because I don't owe you nothing. I don't even know you. Now, on one hand, I do understand where Wack is coming from. One, don't call me. I don't know you. Don't call me demanding something, demanding that I put you together and start making idle threats. Even though Aaron wasn't really threatening him, he just wanted that fade. Well, on the other hand, I do understand Aaron. He's like, yo, this person spit on me and pulled a gun on me. And as much as I was upset, I still want to keep my life. So I wasn't going to fight a guy with a gun. Wack100, being as tough as he is, he was like, well, you should have crashed out. Win, lose, or draw, right? Even if the person has a gun, you should have crashed out. And Aaron wasn't willing to do that. So I understand both sides. I do feel like Wack is just a little too tough for me, but I understand both sides. So that's where that beef will start. Now let's get to Vlad. Aaron and DJ Vlad all of a sudden have a problem. So Vlad wanted to fly Aaron the Plumber out for an interview. Now, according to Aaron, the airline lost his luggage. Vlad asked Aaron, I know they lost your luggage, but are you still coming to do the interview? And Aaron just snapped.
And my bag got stole. His only concern is, are you going to show up for the interview? A free interview at that? You know what I'm saying? You going to make a bag. Didn't try to compensate in no fashion or form. You feel me? Didn't try to do nothing to make the situation right. Okay, so I get my bag stole. Boom. Then on top of that, ooh, whiskey. You know what I'm saying? His only concern is, after my bag got stole, are we going to have to pay the driver for an extra hour? Because you can't find your bag? What do you mean somebody stole my bag, Brodesky? You know what I'm saying? And you worried about me just getting on the interview so you can make your money. But who cares, man? And then you only offering $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Other celebs then tapped in with me like, Vlad only gave me $2,000. He only offered me $2,000. Yeah, Boosie the only one that probably got the bag, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not exploiting me in a real way. I'm sure you're upset. That money that you spent, I got money too. We could blast that right back. You know what I'm saying? But since you want to be a culture vulture and reach out to other people, hey, man, charge that to the gang, man. Yeah, man.
Aaron felt like, how insensitive are you? I just told you I got robbed, or my luggage is gone. I don't have no underwear, no socks, no drawers. All I have is what I came with. And all you can worry about is if I'm going to go do your interview and make sure you get your bottom line. Not to mention, you paid for the flight and the hotel and the driver, but Aaron the Plumber wasn't getting paid for that interview. So then Aaron just stopped responding to Vlad altogether. Then out of nowhere, Aaron gets a call from Wack100 because Wack and Vlad are now friends. Like, Wack is on his platform all the time. So he gets a call from Wack. And yes, this is the same Wack100 who just a few months ago threatened to unalive Aaron and his mother. It's that Wack. Wack tried to mediate the situation between Aaron and Vlad, but Aaron was more worried about, hey, how did you get my number? This is a brand new number. Who have you been talking to? Because clearly there's somebody that I can't trust because you should not have my number. And Wack was like, hey, I'll tell you who I got it from. Just, keep it between me and you. And clearly the person he got it from was Vlad.
Who gave you my number?
You want their info too?
Who gave? Yeah, hell yeah. I want whoever gave you my number. Gave you the number. Who? I need their info for surely. Because I just changed it. I just changed this number, so it's somebody I can't trust. You know what I'm saying? Or they post.
Next thing you know, Aaron the Plumber, he's on IG Live. He's doing meet and greets with fans, trying to find a way to get paid. He's reaching out to platforms on the East Coast. He's just trying to find a way to get his bag, but he's completely ignoring Vlad. Now, if Aaron's story is absolutely correct, and this is the timeline in which everything happened, I kind of understand where he's coming from. Like, there's nuance to this thing, because it does come off insensitive if I tell you that something, let's not say traumatic, because it wasn't like they robbed him at gunpoint. He just lost his bag at the airport, which is pretty common. But if I tell you that this happened and I'm at the airport waiting on, to see if I can get my stuff back, and all you're worried about is if I'm going to do the interview, yeah, I may be a little peeved, because why don't you care about your client, essentially? So I get where Aaron's coming from, but Vlad seemed to have a different take on the story. So the next day, Vlad would do an impromptu interview with Wack100, and he would explain his side of the story. Vlad reached out for an interview. Aaron's manager had a price point that he wanted to get to. Vlad was not willing to pay that much, and they denied the interview. A week later, Vlad gets an email from Aaron, and it's Aaron and not the manager. Aaron says, "Hey, I fired that manager because I didn't know that you had reached out, and I would love to do an interview, and I'll do it for free just because of the look, because getting on Vlad TV is a big look." So they negotiated a deal where Vlad would fly him out. He would get him transportation. He would get him a hotel, and then he would interview him and fly him back. Period. No money involved, though. Now, according to Vlad, the day that Aaron flew in was not the day that they were going to interview. It was actually going to be the next day, which means that Aaron did have some cushion to find his bag and then make it to the interview. So when he's messaging Aaron and Aaron's not responding, he's getting pissed off, because he's like, it's not like you have to come in today. It's not like, even if you have to purchase clothing, it's not like you couldn't do that today. You're acting as if, or you're painting the picture as if you got off the plane and you were supposed to interview immediately.
New York.
Right. So here's what happens next, right? So at some point he gets to his hotel, right? So the next day we're preparing to do the interview.
So the interview's not the day he came in.
It's the next day. So we padded it just in case something happens, right?
And that's not the case, according to Vlad. So Vlad looks at it like, this is very disrespectful and unprofessional, because even if you did lose a bag and it comes up, they're going to bring it to your hotel, because that's something I've even been through that. So I do know the airport brings your bag to you. So he looked at it like, I think he just scammed me so he can get a free flight to New York. Also from Vlad's end, he pays a very high price point for the cameraman, for the boom operator or sound guy, for the editors, and for the building that he actually records out of. He actually spoke to how much he spends on that New York studio, and it is astronomical. On one hand, that is part of the game. Anytime you have a guest-based platform, you have to know that that comes with it. And, it's kind of hard to feel sorry for you if this is how you built your legacy. But I do understand, because that's a lot of money to lose off of somebody who it almost feels like he just scammed you for a free ride. So now it just comes down to whose story do you actually believe, because they both make pretty decent points depending on who you deem is correct. That sounds like just a little bit of miscommunication that can be corrected. They just got to both put their egos aside and come together to speak. But what I do know for a fact is Aaron is burning bridges with the wrong people. Basically cutting ties with every platform, or every large platform on the West Coast, isn't the greatest idea. Now, knowing Adam, anything for money, he'd probably still have Aaron on. But as of right now, I don't see that happening, because Aaron has talked about putting hands on Adam too for trying to pimp him out. So that's one large platform down the drain. Then when you're dealing with Wack100, you got to worry about him lying on you, or him digging up your high school yearbook and finding out that you told on somebody over some milk that was spilled in the hallway or something like that. So you do got to worry about that. Him either calling you a snitch, him lying on you, or him recording a phone call of you and getting you tied up in a RICO. These are things you do have to worry about with Wack100. So that's another platform that's down. And then there's Vlad, who Vlad is just going to drag your name through the mud. Every interview, every time he can bring the situation up, he could be talking about eggs, cheese, and grits, and he's going to be like, and you know who was unprofessional? Aaron the Plumber. And he's going to do that all through a million clips with a million different interviews, and he's probably going to go behind the scenes and tell people how you do bad business, and it's not going to be good for you. Like, of course, some people are going to take your word for it, but you don't want somebody that high who has a pretty good professional record. And I said pretty. I do know Vlad's record's not perfect. He's done some things that has been looked down upon, but you don't want that guy kicking your back end behind the scenes. But that is what's going to happen, because I've watched enough Vlad to know exactly how he does. When he doesn't like you, he monetizes off of you. He's going to find a way to throw you in content so he can keep bringing your name up, so he can get all his money back that he lost on you. But what do I know? I'm just an everyday nobody. Tell me what you think. Do you think Aaron the Plumber's career is potentially over? Or can he bounce back and make it without any of these West Coast platforms? Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.